Do.
Yeah,
It's
we
the
are
show.
live
It's
on
the
Intelligently
show.
Ratchet.
It's intelligently ratchet. It's
This
a really ratchet. It's the ratchet ass show. Oh.
with 4 Negroes, 4 of them,
Mine is 2 right now.
4 Negroes. What's going
Oh,
on, y'all?
live.
This is your boy Bishop Omega. You know what I'm saying? We are live right now. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for everybody to check in with the good folk at Intelligently Ratchet. Yo, what's going on, Kenny? How are you? Just and Phenomenal will be in pretty soon. You know what I mean? So if y'all could go ahead and do this and share it and liking it and share it, you know what I'm saying?
Give it to your people.
Let your people see it.
Tell them, let them see it, let them see it. Push a button, let them see it. I had to figure out something appropriate because that other version might not be appropriate.
What was that?
You don't know, UGK? Let me see it. Let me see it. Bent over. Let me see it. Let me see it.
You know
Let
what?
me see it.
I am not going to I'm not going to say, you know what? I'm gonna say, hey, that's cool. You could put it in right now. Right now I'm just sharing Intelligent Ratchet mad groups. So yo, man, if this is your first time tuning in, man, this is Intelligently Ratchet. We are a podcast.
He said we are a podcast, niggas.
Podcast because we got a write up. If y'all didn't know, we got a write up.
A write up
weekly today. You know, me, Candy Carver, Justin, and P Domino got a nice write up by Kai, at the Kaisha Jennings at the Good Indie Weekly gave us a nice. We got bundled in with a bunch of dope ass other podcasts. Like I think Radio and Friendly was on it. The Marvel podcast was on the joint, you know, and a few other people. So yeah, man, it was a dope. It's a good write up. This is like Intelligent Ratchet is like 19th write up though. So we out here doing a good. Thank y'all for keep on wanting to write about us.
Appreciate that's fun. That's a fun thing. I like that idea.
Yeah,
I like it. The people want to come and say hello and stop in. And so today I had a meeting with a client, with a corporate client, and it was funny because I told him like, thank you for helping me like set up for the podcast we do tonight. And he was like, what? And I told him what it was called, and he laughed. He's in media, and he laughed and said, "For real?" I said, "Yes." I said, "That's the name of it." And I had to clarify. I said like emphasis on the ratchet part though, because it's not safe for work or your children.
No.
I said, so because I've met his daughter and she was in her Zoom class talking about me. And yeah. And so I said, it won't be for her to watch. She cannot watch me with you. It's a different more adult show. He was like, I'm gonna have to check it out. But yeah.
Well, I hope he's listening. I hope he tunes in or whatever. See, we got some comments and everything like that. What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, Stephanie?
Stephanie?
You're not saying. I think yes. The Stephanie, she got a write up in there too, didn't she? Or I don't know.
Stephanie, you was in there too.
I think she was in there too.
And my friend Margaret Brunson had an article that she wrote in the Indie Weekly this week too. She's awesome. She does a lot of great consultation with work. It's really nice to have so many. I have a lot of Black female friends who work for themselves, are self-employed, same thing. But it's just interesting. Like, shout out to Durham for being a place where, like, if you grow up here or get to live here, you can do and be anything you want.
Your Black ass can be whatever your Black ass wants to be. No one will stop you in Durham.
No, they won't. You can be a microbiologist and a skateboarder at the same fucking time, and nobody will stop you.
No one cares. You could.
It's awesome.
You probably do know a microbiologist that does skateboards.
I do. I know, like, or I know dentists with like Black dentists that are covered in tattoos. It doesn't matter here. Like we accept, it's really cool. We accept everybody for however they are, and like that was
for Durham for being so diverse. Because I said that about like Durham. You know, if you ever want to know what the microcosm of Durham is, go to the Pinhook, and on any day, because you will be able to see a rapper, dude that plays acoustic guitar. You know what I'm saying? Trans folk. And you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, you know, you could have you a hotep, you know what I'm saying, a poet, a candy and all that together, you know what I'm saying, and just be sitting there chilling at the bar. So you know what I mean, and everybody move straight. So shout out to Durham, shout out to Pinhook and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? When
Whiskey was like that too. Yeah, Whiskey was like that too. I don't know, some of y'all older heads that been in Durham a longer time. Been grown long enough to go to Pinhook. I mean, not Pinhook, but go to Whiskey. Whiskey on Thursday nights, right? Remember when they had like a jam session on Thursday nights at Whiskey? Yep. That's where I first heard Jonathan Curry play. Jonathan Curry, who don't know, Jonathan Curry is a jazz musician. He's a drummer in the Zoo Crew, but he's also the drummer for I'm gonna mess this up. Not Lucky Day. Is it Lucky Day?
Was it Lucky Day?
Is it Jonathan Curry is a drummer? But is it Lucky Day?
Oh, I think so. Does he do any also he was Jay Gunn's drummer for a while, wasn't he? No. Or that's somebody, am I thinking of someone else?
No, I don't know. He might have been. But he's gotten to travel all over the world because the Article Festival paired him with it's not Lucky Day. It was another musician. I'll think of it in a little bit. One of the artists that Article
Brevin had it. Masego. Shout out to
Thank you, Brevin. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Brevin. Woo! It was on the tip of my damn tongue. Yeah, he got to travel all over the damn world over that shit, and it's because Article came and they got to link up in Durham, right? So I like it here.
Rhapsody.
That's right. Like, let's not play games. It is Rhapsody too. That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. He might be Grammy nominated out this piece.
But that was the first the Whiskey was the first place I heard like John play, and I was like, whoever was drumming there before, it wasn't him. And his, like, I felt the floorboards, because it was a hardwood floor. I felt the boards on the floor moving, and I was like, somebody got, like, who is drummer with all this like energy? It just felt like a whole bunch more, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a musician, but it was like, yeah, maybe that's what it was. But he had a heavy something that like make you want to bob your head, like. Right. And I said, who the fuck is that? I wonder who the fuck that was, right? So, yeah. Durham's a great place for like you to be whatever the fuck you want. For your kids to get to see, your brown and black kids to see people doing everything.
Yo, you know what? I want
everything that looks like them.
That because you know, like hosting Beats and Bars, whatever, Crystal, and being like the main host for that, to have my daughter be able to see me host on the big stage, like, you know what I'm saying, with the banners and all that other stuff, for her to be able to show, for me to be able to see that in front of the ballpark. You know, when we did it in front of the ballpark, it was like they shut down the whole street, and she got to be able to see that, and also and got to be treated like VIP. They was like, "Oh no, that's Bishop people. Y'all go ahead and let them through. Go ahead and let them through." You know what I'm saying? Right. So she got to see that. So that, the last Beats at the last Beats and Bars, not the last one, but the one before that we just had. So again, you get to be involved, full-handed in your dreams. Like you can see it, like for real, like our cultural side of Durham. And if y'all don't know anything about Durham, we got the black socialites. You know what I'm saying? All the socialites. You know what I'm saying? And you know when you get our clique is deep. You know what I'm saying? Me and Candy move in the same circles. Our clique is deep. You know what I'm saying? We got doctors, lawyers, old newsmen. You know what I'm saying? We were podcasters. We were artists. We were photographers. Like for real. Like if you need some shit done, we can get it done for you. Holla at us.
Yeah, all you gotta. There was always like 1 or 2 degrees of separation.
Word up. We got city councilmen in pocket.
Yo, look. And that's how we wind up with like little boys, you know what I'm saying? 11-year-old little boys in Durham making music. Right? Like seriously though, isn't it? Isn't that how we get there? Right? There's an 11-year-old little boy, 11-year-old little boy, an elementary student. He released a song, you know, encouraging kids to stay safe as they return back to school, Bishop. And I know you know the individual's father. Can you share a little bit more about it?
Yeah. So okay. Hold on. Let me get to the because I don't want to make it's my man's Major. If y'all know Major Green, he's an artist and also a dope ass engineer. He's worked with Vibe House before, and yeah, his son. And I do not, because I know his son got a rap name, and you don't want to mess up little man rap name because I don't need that type of smoke. But he did an anthem for the school system and said, you know what, I want to do something about the social distancing and everything like that, and it was super dope. But I'm pulling the article up right now as we speak. Let's go to it real quick. Yeah, all right. JJ, there it is. The name of the song is called 6 Feet by JJ. You know what I'm saying? He's a student at Merrick Moore Elementary. So he's 11 years old. So this must be his last year there. You know what I mean? Before he moves on to the 6th grade or whatever. And yeah, man, he's got a dope video. So y'all check it out. His pops is a dope rapper also. So you know what I mean? Oh shoot, hold on. Oh no, I can't. I'm out here rocking. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's mute that. All right, cool. That was the theme. That wasn't a video. That was a Gap commercial. And they're not. But yeah, he wanted to he wanted to give a welcome back message. Like, yeah, man, let's go ahead and get back to school because they're bringing the babies back. And he recorded the video. So y'all go check out JJ. The link is on ABC 11. So y'all can do that. His pop is Jabari Green, or so I guess JJ is Jabari Green Jr. You know what I'm saying? Because they put the senior. But yeah, he shot it. He shot it and produced it. You so gave him the beat and everything like that. So that's what your dad does. You know what I'm saying? If your dad's cool, he does things like that. And he said, quote from that, he said, we don't try to force him to do anything. We just introduce him to different things, see what he likes, and if he shows any amount of strong interest, or we get behind him. So that's how you do it. That's how you don't be a helicopter parent.
No, that's how you not a helicopter parent. That's what it looks like to not be a helicopter parent.
That's how you not be a helicopter. I know I'm using super bad diction, but I don't care. That's how you not.
It's okay, Bishop. It's just you. You know that's how you talk.
That's how you not be a good. So yeah, that's a good joint. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like to see when children, because I think I was about, when I started rapping, I was around about 9 years old. So you know what I'm saying, getting into hip hop,
really
like that. I've been rapping since I was 9. So you know what I mean, freestyling and everything like that, and battling and all that stuff. So yeah, yep. In the mean streets of Philadelphia, born and raised.
Look, you talking about battles. So our old city. Well, currently now he's our old city manager, right?
Oh, word.
Yeah. So the Durham County manager, Henry McCoy, they had a meeting. It's funny because y'all. So we do production meetings once a week, and sometimes in the process, what happens is news changes, right? Yeah. So they had the city had a meeting about the fate of the Durham County manager, Henry McCoy, and he, as of Monday evening's meeting, he was voted out. He's gone. So now we have her name is she's been a part of the community for a very long time, and involved in other ways. She's worked in our city government for like 33 years, and she was the interim city manager, but now she's been adjusted. The city council unanimously named Wanda Page as its new city manager Monday night. So
the story with him, it was real.
I'm sorry, Tom Bonfield. That's keep going.
I'm sorry. Yeah, with him, it was real. Like when I read the article, I was like, is he wrong or isn't he? You know what I'm saying? He had his points. about what some of the things that were going on. They were talking about like the way he was using his salary and stipends and everything like that. But that's what I guess city ordinance people do. You know what I'm saying? They get these big stipends and all that stuff. So it was just
but city manager. I'm not sure if anybody, y'all out there aspiring to be doctors and lawyers, you want to know how much the Durham city manager makes a year, y'all?
Do that.
The Durham city manager makes $200, and her base pay salary is $255,000 a year. Let's give it up for that. Y'all might need to be rethinking your damn priorities.
And let's talk about the Mecklenburg, because they said this Mecklenburg city manager made close to what, 370 or 320, 370 or something like that.
Y'all might want to grow up to be city managers.
So be a city manager, man. You get cool shit, and you know what I mean. You go out there and just rape the system. Let's go out here.
Well, but the city manager, if you really look into like how municipality functions, like the city manager is a really important component in how a lot of things get done or don't get done.
Right.
And how and where money gets allocated. So it's important to have someone that has previous leadership experience in the community, and that's lived there. Otherwise, it is just a check for them.
Right. But I'm saying he did what if we look at Durham and all the stuff that we had since we've been under his tutelage, if I may say, you know what I mean? We had some cool, it's a bunch of cool shit that has happened. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? We got a new skyscraper and shit, and they building up buildings. I
don't know that new skyscrapers are good things because they increase the tax base, and that makes it, they increase like the tax rate for the people who own the buildings, and then those people who own the buildings have to charge more money. They don't pay the increase, they just charge their tenants more money, right? So then the small businesses, their rent goes up because of that one skyscraper, right?
Oh.
And the trickle down effect is assumed, but it doesn't always happen in the way that is a benefit to those businesses. So it's just the same. So it's just the same in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. But see, it comes down to the point is, how do you grow? Do we
responsibly?
Right. But what is
oh, don't get me started.
Hold on. Hold on, Daniel. Are skyscrapers ugly or are city managers ugly? Let's where are you going with all city managers are ugly? Like, damn. No, she's a nice lady. But nah, because I'm, maybe this is because I've grown up with skyscrapers, so it's like, when you get into the city, it gives that city vibe. It's a beautiful look, right?
But you know what? Your big city vibes don't have small businesses, and that's because they can't afford to survive. So if you want, so if you can make a choice in your city to be responsible and embrace the components that keep its soul alive, right? Or you can make the decision to live or be in a metropolitan city or develop a metropolitan city areas or downtown area so that you have lots of big buildings. But remember what happens with those buildings when there's one building that costs a certain, it's like when you go in neighborhoods, it functions the same as neighborhoods. When you build a $600,000 house in a neighborhood where the rest of the house's tax value is like $90,000, right? Their taxes go up. Yeah, their taxes go up. So they owe more money. So they have to pay more money to live there because of the bigger thing that's there. The more expensive thing that's there.
The one more expensive house.
Yeah. So there's definitely a way to grow responsibly, right? So create some offset or like a time frame where, like, for the first 3 years of a tax increase, like the building owners don't have to pay it to the tax increase, which gives them a chance to like give them some wiggle room for those businesses to survive, right?
Because if you talk about it, if you think about it, the people that fill up, you're giving it a chance for those people to fill up in those skyscrapers to then get with the build, then to go into these small businesses around them. And then it's their favorite. You're my favorite coffee shop. You know what I mean? Now, and I'm going to keep coming to this coffee shop, and then I'm going to tell all my friends to move in here. and then you got more people coming in anyway because you're bringing more people in, and then you could build more skyscrapers, and then the mom and pop coffee shop still
right.
can flourish because they're having because a lot of times like you come to Durham, like Durham is like one of those funky places where it's cool as shit, right? It's really fucking cool as shit, and it's like the vibe is cool, and it's like everything that you want with Dawson's Creek, but with a little bit of murder.
That's right.
You
and a lot of like seriously though, right? But we have to do things to retain that, right? Because if we're not growing responsibly, those components that people moved here from LA and New York and Denver will be gone, and then we won't have that anymore, right? So that's why it's important to be responsible.
Right. I don't want to be in LA I don't want to be in LA. I want to be what Seattle was. You know what I'm saying? Before Seattle turned to Seattle.
Yeah. So if you want to live in a big city and you want a metropolitan area and you want Durham to be New York or you want Durham to be LA or Philly, you should go back to New York or LA or Denver or Philly, because that's not like, don't come and want to make it a different place. It's the reason you're here. You came here for this. So don't be trying to make it something different. Don't be trying to make it something different. And so also while we here talking about the greatness of Durham, there's a firefighter. It's a hero-ass firefighter, Bishop. Can you tell me about this hero-ass firefighter?
Hero-ass firefighter. Yo, so this is what happened. Let me go. You know what? Let me jump to the article because I don't want to fuck it up.
Y'all, I'm gonna get Bishop to stop telling y'all that his ass is looking up articles. He's gonna learn. We're gonna get him some in between so that he just like says some other shit or claps his hands or raps a rapidy rap. Something.
Well, you put me on stage.
Something.
But hold on. I'm gonna jump into it. But so yeah, so my goodness. This is when other people are supposed to be talking. Hold on. There it is.
It'll be all right. So it's a local Durham's it's a Durham firefighter. He's new to the position. I do believe he's also a veteran. And
okay, so 2 days after joining the Durham NC Local 668, he's a veteran firefighter, 18-year veteran firefighter, Jeff Whitfield. He had severe injuries while responding to an early apartment fire. Okay, listen, let me set this up for you. Mr. Whitfield has second and third degree burns and everything like that on his arm and his back. What he did was he was shielding. The reason why he got burnt because they were getting people out of the window or whatever. You know how the flames start coming out of window. As people were trying to get down, he turned around and shielded the flames with his own body. With it, what, man? Come on now. He's sitting there. The flames is on his neck and back and arms, man. And he saved people from getting burnt because his coat turned on fire because he was blocking shooting flames. Like, come on, man. You can't get no more hero ass than that shit. That is so, you know what I mean? So what they're doing or whatever is the International Associated of Firefighters are paying off all his medical bills because he's a fucking hero, man.
He just saved lives, and I don't think we give sometimes first responders enough credit, y'all. So shout out to our first responders, whether you be firefighter or whether you be EMTs. They're the people who are we remember police more frequently, but remember your firefighters and your EMTs. If there's an accident, whether it's a gas leak or a really bad car accident, or any kind of distress, your fire department and your EMTs are first on the scene. So they're there and dealing with a lot of like traumatic and crazy things on a daily basis. So like shout out to them for
that. Like for real, during COVID, you know what I'm saying? It's like this, like that's like smoke inhalation, people coughing. Like you can imagine, you know what I'm saying? People are coughing on you and everything like that. You have to be close to them. You have to get them out of that fire. And yo, shout out to firefighters. See, and that's what people like. You know, when you look at firefighters, like yeah, that might, you know what I mean. It that's why they have to stay in shape. You know, they may not. It may not. It's not fires every day. It's not fires every day. But when it's a fire, it's a goddamn fire. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, they might go weeks, months without any, especially depending on what type of town or city you in, you know what I'm saying? You might go months and months, but when it comes down to that, you know that, you know what I'm saying, it's somebody in there that's willing to save your life. And yo, shout out for them, man. Shout out for, and it could have been worse because the equipment is flame retarded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so you can imagine how hot that was, man. So,
you know where I don't want the motherfuckers to have to go, though? You know where I don't want them to have to go?
Where's that?
To damn it, Duke University. Because they asses is in club quarantine.
Jesus Christ. Yo, man, kids being kids, man. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. Like, I look at it, man, and it's kids being kids. And it's like, well, young adults being young adults. So I shouldn't say kids, you know what I'm saying? They are young adults and they are making decisions with undeveloped brains, without fully developed brains. They want to have fun. They want to go outside and play. So, you know.
Yeah. So if those of you who aren't familiar with the story, it looks like Duke University students are having fraternity parties. And they are shut the fuck down. Like they put these motherfuckers on a stay in order.
Yep.
Are they able to play the basketball?
They can't. No, I thought from what I thought they shut down the whole basketball and everything. Like everything is like done. You out here playing around. You can't be out here playing around and messing it up. Stay at home order, stay in place order. And it's like this, it's the fraternity and frats and all that stuff. And some people have a sour taste in the mouth when it comes down to frats and just the just how they move, you know, and especially if you talk about Duke too, you talk about the level of, what's the word that I'm looking for? The level of privilege, may I say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The level of privilege that is bestowed upon Duke students. Like in me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duke students for sure. Hell yeah.
Right. Me being a person that has gone to Duke, well, not gone to Duke, but went inside Duke with people.
Well, when you visit, like if you visit Duke for events, right? You realize how they create insulated events and spaces. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They bring world famous musicians and performers to do residencies for a week there, and then they pay for all the students to go to that artist's concert off campus, and they provide food for them they provide food for the students to come and have conversations and it's a very insulated. Whatever you need, we got it. Fuck with us, you know we got you.
You know what I saw? This is what I'm saying. This is, and you're speaking of that. I remember when they saw had the concerts. Ludacris.
Yeah, when they had the school year concerts and shit.
Yeah, I saw Ludacris.
Everybody went in before they was hot.
Mob, and the whole Disturbing the Peace. They had a concert, right? And it was like nothing but Duke students. It was like us. Because we worked at WXCU, DJ Sam's, J Gun, third day opened up for him. Third day opened up for Field Mob, and it was just that, you know. And it was when I say it was a dope ass show. I forget one more artist that was there. So this is the time back in the day when I had the douchebag beard. If y'all know what the douchebag beard is, it's the one that it's this one. This the one just the pencil thin beard or whatever. So they had the Def Jam bus out there. So I'm sitting next to the Def Jam bus with my hat like this or whatever, not realizing that to some people I look exactly like Joe Buttons, right? So is Joe Button right behind me?
Oh, it was when your titties were smaller.
Yeah, when I had way smaller titties. I was skinny. Me and Joe Button's probably the same size.
Okay, I understand. Keep going.
So are they showing? They shouldn't be showing.
Not too much.
All right, so you know what I'm saying? Joe Budden's head is as big as this thing right here, and I'm sitting by it on my cell phone. And the dude came up to me and was like, yo, I like your music. I said, what? He said, yeah, I like your music. I said, oh, no, I'm not Joe Buttons. And he looked at me, and then he looked at the joint, and I also looked. I looked up, and I was like, oh shit, this guy thinks I'm Joe Buttons. And he was like, nah. I said, I get that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Joe Button. And he was like, yeah, whatever. And you heard it. Man. He was like, man, I fucking hate, you know what I'm saying, when artists want to, you know what I'm saying, want to just sit here and lie to you. He's on a fucking bus. Like, he really thought, I think Joe Button lost 2 fans that day.
Damn.
Bishop Omega. I was like, I'm not Joe Button. And then it's like this. And then it's not like I came out with a high ass voice. It's like, nah, I'm not Joe Buttons. Like, you sound like Joe Buttons. Your voice is deep.
Poor thing.
I was Joe Buttons for like 3 minutes or whatever.
Well, so. I mean, we all, get our moment of fame. I haven't had mine yet, I don't think, but I'm cool with it. I like the money, not the fame. But
like if you walk out, speaking of that, so if you walk out, who do you think you're going to be mistaken for?
Nobody, man. I don't look like nobody but my damn daddy.
Come on now. It's an artist out there. I mean, who do y'all think Ratchet is? Who do y'all think Kanye looks like?
This is just gonna be a joke-a-thon because I don't look like nobody.
You do. You gotta kind of look like somebody.
Like I don't look like nobody.
Young Felicia.
When I was heavier, so I used to be like about 50 pounds heavier, like a lot of my life. Like if you met me in high school or in college, you would walk right past me.
Because you were what? You were what? Maybe 150 pounds. Okay, great. You know what I'm saying? Thick. Okay.
Nah, brother. Like no, I mean I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now.
Right, I'm saying because I'm looking at you right now, so you couldn't have been more than like 180.
You're so nice, thank you.
Right.
So yeah, and so I was a different human. So then I look like Queen Latifah, but I think it was just our color,
right?
Our coloring in my face shape. So I don't have, I ain't got nobody.
We need some of them chubby candy pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'll show you too. I'll show you. You'd be like, oh.
We need double chins.
Yeah, it's a different nigga. It's a whole different motherfucker.
Yep. So I can go ahead and no, send it to me so I can screenshot it. So you know what I'm saying? That way I can make fun of your chins like you just made fun of my titties. Because we all have big problems during COVID.
It's okay. It's all right. I understand. No love lost, my nigga. Like as long as you don't have like any kind of insulin issues and blood sugar issues and call me a nigga or a porch monkey, we be good. Like don't do that shit. Can you not do that?
Word up, you look way gay. My blood sugar low. Yo, and shout out to so y'all was in Oklahoma or whatever. The girls won the state championship too.
That's right. They said we show you what a porch monkey can do.
Sure. He said so the young ladies at a high school basketball game kneeled down, you know what I mean, in Kaepernick for the national anthem, you know what I mean, locked arms and everything like that to show solace, you know what I'm saying, the people of color. And yo, he said you like Debbie Allen. Yo, you kind of do like Debbie Allen a little bit. Like you just like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, ha ha ha, boom cat, boom boom cat. But and so the announcer forgot to turn his mic off and called them niggas. You know what I mean? Called them niggas and then turned around and blamed it on him blood sugar. Now I don't know about how blood sugar makes you racist.
Look. So this is what I did. Look into this shit. I did look into this fucking. So this whole, it's a real thing. Diabetic rage is a real thing. Okay,
understandable.
Okay, so
we know that.
There's a description of diabetic rage, and it encompasses. It's just basically like it makes you behave erratically.
Mm-hmm.
It says delusional beliefs that someone is trying to hurt you.
Okay,
and it makes you lose your self-control.
Okay.
Intensifying agitation, hitting or slapping, shoving. You yell more. You may grab people. You may threaten people. You may belittle people. You may intimidate folks. And you may be more inclined to be impulsive.
It sounds like your blood sugar is always down, Candy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that just explains you on like a Thursday.
I'm really nice. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit. Every time I go, listen, ladies and gentlemen, every time I go out anywhere with a hat on and Candy's around, she has to take it off. Like, you have to make sure that your shape up is tight. Because I might come around, you know what I'm saying? I might be playing in my, you know, I like to play in my head when shit. I might have shit all over my head. I throw a fucking hat on. Candy wants to take it off and run with it. Like, you don't know what I got going on in my hat. You know what I'm saying?
I don't run. When do I run? Do I run? Am I Bishop? Do I run? But do I run, Bishop? Am I running for real?
You just, you know what you do? You might shut the fuck up. I got your hat. And then you like, Candy, give me my hat. I don't want to have to chop you in the throat. Because it'd be frowned upon because we at somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? Me and you both don't live at. You know what I'm saying? They trying to be our friends. And you want to go ahead and start snatching niggas' hats like it's 12th grade, like it's 3rd grade. So this is what I'm saying. And then Candy looks at you like, and then she goes off drinking her bourbon on her own bottle that she chilled by herself in said person's refrigerator Thursday. You know what I mean? The party's on Friday. She didn't 24-hour a bottle at your house. You know what I'm saying? That's bully shit. That's bully. And take the bottle.
No, that's because I'm nice and people like me.
Listen, she take a swig out of the bottle and then just pour. She's like DMX with a Henny bottle. She's sharing with everybody.
It's not the facts.
Go ahead. You want some? There you go. Give me a cup, nigga.
that actually happens. But that's only because I want everybody to have a fun time. I just want everybody to be drunk too at the parties and social events. I just want people to be, because I don't really want you to leave the party because I wanted to keep going. And so if you're drinking, you're not leaving.
You can still bully people. You know what I mean? And belittle them and run in their pockets.
I don't belittle them. I don't belittle people.
You belittle people.
I can't belittle you because you're already short.
See that? Ladies and gentlemen, I proved my case. But nah, so back to the story at hand. Homeboy tried to say now, and me and Kenny had a conversation about this off air on Monday. Was like, I have never been angry, like, because you know when you're angry, you say shit that's in you grab low hanging fruit, right? You know what I'm saying? When you're angry, you're grabbing low hanging fruit. So It's like the first thing that's coming to your mind, you're gonna say it. So if it's like, I don't, you know what I'm saying, whatever, right? And boom, you grab the low-hanging fruit. So your diabetic rage did not make you racist. You were already racist. It's just that when you keep your sugar in control, you really just kind of keep it on the wraps.
So what you're saying is your diabetes will bring out the real you. If your blood sugar is off and you got diabetes, the real you will show the fuck up.
Anger.
So to everybody who got diabeticals or around some people with diabeticals, let their sugar get fucked up real fast and see. And then you know who you fucking with. You'll know who you with and you'll know who you are when their blood sugar is fucked up. That's how you'll know.
I'm gonna tell you this right here. I don't listen. If you have a medical condition and that medical condition outside of Tourette's, that medical condition makes you call me the N-word or push, hit, or slap me. Listen, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be, you know what I'm saying? We go like what it is. Listen. I understand your blood sugar. Listen, and I'm gonna fight your ass, and I'm gonna be like, I understand your blood sugar is low, but you know it's about to be a little bit lower for all this blood loss. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to worry about no damn blood sugar while I'm choking the shit out you. You know what
Do you think that's what's wrong with Stacey Dash? You think that's what happened, or that was what was happening to Stacey Dash?
Whoa, Stacey Dash. So, nah. You know what Stacey Dash did? She thought, this is what it is. She thought she had 8 years. She thought she had 8 years. She thought she had 8 years, more than a decade, on Fox News to spit her rhetoric and propaganda. You know what I'm saying? She said, well, that was the angry black woman. Well, first of all, Stacey, you you know, I don't know did black contingent ever put you as in, you know what I'm saying, in there, but you as a woman of color, when you get on Fox News and tell people that they should not look at BET or celebrate Black History Month, that both of those things should be canceled. And those are things that kind of sparked your career. Because without BET and that Kanye West video, you know what I'm saying?
But those views aren't that conservative. We know lots of hoteps who talk about, I don't watch BET no more. So like, that's not that jarring. And we also know people who, what was the other shit she said? You said that sparked her career, the BET. And there are other people who feel like we should incorporate Black history as American history. And we shouldn't have to have a separate month that's the shortest for us to celebrate Black history, when we really need to incorporate it as American history into everything all the damn time. So like, I don't think that's so far-fetched, but some of her other more conservative views may be the ones that got her in hot water, because
first of all,
white conservatives talking points aren't always applicable to Black Americans.
And she was involved in those. I mean, it's my thing. That's like a white conservative talking point also. It's like, yeah, we want the fact is that we are the reason why we had to have a Black History Month is because we didn't have, you wasn't teaching our history. You know what I'm saying? You just was not. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
So there would, like I've always said, that if you would have done things, if America would have done things correctly, then no, there would be no need for a BET if more shows, if like this, if you say it's 14% of Black people in America during whatever time, right? Mm-hmm. Then 14% of the shows that are on network TV should be also representative of Black people's views. So that's a pretty nice chunk of people in the thing, you know what I mean, in there, like, you know what I mean. So it's like this. So when your representation is there, then yes, you don't need it. We don't need it. Like, we don't really need, you know what I'm saying. If we were doing things correctly, we wouldn't need OWN. We wouldn't need an all women's network. If we gave women a chance, and women directors and everything like that, a chance that they deserve, because they're good people, we shouldn't have to have our own. They shouldn't have to have their own.
I got you. I get your point. All right. All I'm saying is, like, her conservative views, I feel like those are the things that got her in some hot water, only because they weren't necessarily, Black America didn't feel like they were applicable to us. And as a whole, I can't speak for every Black American, but I don't think we felt like they were representative of our actual real issues.
But it's like,
and so why do you think though? Why you think that? So she changed because of the 8 years? She thought she had longer to act out.
Right, she didn't have a chance to act out. She talking about, like, you know, I mean, she's trying to play the role that I was an angry Black woman on Fox, so this is the reason why I said the things I said. No, what it was, you was getting that check, and you were kind of doing a Candace Owens. You were saying that you were saying the shit that made the people that wrote your checks happy, right? And to the detriment, because now when I'm saying, when you have a job for 4 years versus 8, you know what I mean, that's a bunch of checks you could save up, right? That's a lot of time that you could keep on getting those checks, and that you can keep on getting to those places. And now that they don't need you.
So you don't think that she possibly had a change of heart? Like, my thing is, like, we going down this rabbit hole of, like, she thought she had longer to be this way. What about the fact that, like, she had a change of heart because some different things happened in our country that may have changed her ideas, or she interacted with other people that changed how she felt about things?
Okay, and I'm you know what? I'll play devil's advocate with that. You know what it is, but guess what? You got to do some work to get back to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? You got to do some work to get back to the cookout, because all the damage that you've done.
Man, whatever. We got grandparents who voted for fucking Donald Trump because of Jesus, like, because they thought he was Christian. So, like, and we not kicking them out because of it. We whisper. We don't tell nobody. We don't tell nobody that, like, our grandparents or our parents. I know some Black people now who are, like, quietly shameful that their Black Southern Christian parents and grandparents voted for Donald Trump because they thought that they were voting for a Christian president, right? So we're not shunning them. Hold on. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I just don't know that we need to kick her out. Like, and I don't know what good it does to kick Black people out that just don't agree with you. Like, I don't know that that's a benefit necessarily. Because I mean, if we're gonna be real about it, like I said, there are Black people, Black Americans, especially in the South, Black parents, who's our parents and grandparents voted for the Republican nominee.
What I'm saying is right. If they've already seen, so what I won't do, and Rob has talked this on Shout Out Straight to Tape. I'm not talking about your politics, right? You could be Republican, you could vote for the Republican president, and you can be Christian, and you can vote because you thought someone had your same values that you did, because you don't know. You don't know going in where he was at. So I'm not gonna blame a 60 to 80-year-old person, grandparent, because the person sounded good to them, because that's how they've been voting their whole life, right? But also those grandparents aren't going on there and saying detrimental stuff that's saying it's okay for racist shit to happen.
That's because they gout won't let them be great. So that ain't got shit to do with them not being, like, having the same viewpoints. Do it.
One more time.
I'm not.
Make it make
Fuck
sense.
you, Bishop.
Make it make sense. I'm trying to make it make sense in my, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like I'm trying to process what you just said. So
like, I'm joking about the gout, but not really.
Right.
Like, just because they're older and aren't as and maybe less mobile and able to get out and have those kind of conversations or dialogue, or the media may not think that their viewpoints are as relevant, even though they're voters and they've always made up a larger component of the percentage of the voting population. Mm-hmm. They, just because they're not out yelling in the streets about who they voted for and telling other people to do it, doesn't mean that they didn't have an impact. Their vote was a direct impact. Their vote had an impact, right?
Yeah, no.
Their actions had an impact.
But
that's just their ideals. So their ideals are no different than Stacey Dash's ideals.
Not when they're, so what it is this, right? When you're saying that people are shamed about because you said in your scenario that they voted for Trump because Trump was Christian. They didn't see and that was okay. That's a great reason to vote for a president. Now, I don't know why your Christianness made you ignore the blaring fact that this dude was a fucking racist, but okay. You know what I'm saying? But okay. But my thing is this right here. It's kind of like, but when you vote, that's fine. You voted for that. But when you have someone that voted for him and then also was like, I would have been like this. If Stacey Dash, it was like one of those things, like if Stacey Dash was like, I voted for Trump, but I'm not defending any of these police shootings. You know what I'm saying? Then okay, you voted for your people. But when you go in and you say, well, they shouldn't have been doing this, and you like, that's not the right thing to say, Stacey. But her conservative, because they look to the conservative people, white people look to the Black person in the room like, hey, I don't know what should I do? And then when they say, well, he shouldn't have been walking alone at night. He shouldn't have had the da. And they look at your Black ass and you agree with them, then that's when you're a detriment to your people. And those are blaring examples on why we not fucking with you now. And that's what it is. If you wanted to be fucked with after you voted, because I don't care, you could be Republican. I don't give a fuck. But when it comes down to my people, my good old imported people, you know what I'm saying, of the African American race, and you are condoning certain actions against us that fucking common sense, you know what I mean? If you don't want to use your common sense and realize that implicit bias and racism are very crazy things that are still.
At the end of the day, those are choices, right? Those are their damn choices. But
Right.
I hear you. I hear you. But they're their choices. So Stacey Dash, for whatever the reason is, within this space, she had to change. She had to change. She had to change her heart.
She probably. I mean, my thing is this right here. Yes, people change. I'm with Daniel. People change. Okay. Cancel culture and everything like that. But it's like this. But you're gonna have to put the work in to get back into the cookout. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to like, you know, it's just not. It's just.
I guess I don't know why we kicking people out the cookout. I don't know why we kicking. I don't know. I haven't ever been like so angry with Stacey Dash that she can't come to the cookout. I don't know.
Listen, what I'm saying is right here. If Stacey wouldn't have said the inflammatory things that she said, she kicked herself out the cookout. You didn't want to come. My thing was right here, sweetheart. You didn't want to come to the cookout. You didn't want to be in the cookout. You went over there and you wanted potato salad with raisins in it. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to be over there on the other side. You didn't want to have a cookout in the hood. You want to go to the Hamptons. And I understand. But it's the way you acted that way. Like I'm saying, because I want to go to the Hamptons, but guess what? I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sit there and just fucking play your game there and
I guess. I don't know why you're so mad at her. I don't know why you're like mad at her.
Trash.
I'm not mad at her, but she's trash.
She is trash. Your views are trash. No, I mean, I don't have to be mad at you like shit. I'm not going to like set Stacey Dash on fire. Hi, Stacey, with your trash.
I'm like, damn, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you want to set Stacey on fire. And I don't know.
She's a beautiful woman. Will never set a woman on fire. But speaking of,
she was in one of my favorites. She was in one of my favorite fucking movies. But keep going.
Ooh, yeah, I'm saying, I don't. How's her package? You know what, Daniel? That's a double entendre. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. How's her package?
Daniel's dirty. Oh God, that hurts so bad. Cause ooh.
If Stacey Dash make a good ass mac and cheese, she might be. Yo, if we could taste if Stacey Dash did, if Stacey Dash did make some mean ass macaroni and cheese, I'd eat it. I'm like, it ain't got no peas in it either. Oh.
Stacey Dash makes watermelon cakes. Y'all leave that nigga alone.
Word up, straight out the watermelon cakes. I don't know what that is, but that sounds delicious.
It's a cake. It's a cake where the base is made out of watermelon.
I like it. I fucking like it.
I'll get drunk as fuck and eat a whole watermelon cake. You put like other fruits.
What? Yo, speaking on positive sides of women live that I wanted to talk about and lifestyles and all that shit. What I don't like is this right here. How the public is treating my homegirl J-Lo. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because we know about J-Lo, like in the early 2000s, everybody was saying J-Lo was a hoe. J-Lo a hoe. And I'm like this, J-Lo wasn't a hoe back then. J-Lo had a series of serious relationships. And now they're calling J-Lo the Lord of the Rings because she has a lot of engagement. She's been engaged a few times. And it's like, y'all looking at J-Lo, like y'all looking down at J-Lo. I'm like this. It's not like J-Lo is getting these engagement rings 2 weeks in. This is not like a Britney Spears and Kevin Federline. They get married in fucking 2 weeks or some dumb shit like that, or these Hollywood weddings. These men are courting her for years, months and years at a time.
She's in long-term. She's looking for love and she's in long-term relationships. These are all long-term relationships.
All long-term relationships. So if I'm in a long-term relationship and I get engaged and then I find out some fuck shit go on and I don't want to get engaged anymore, like fuck it, okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. And as the story has developed, another component that we're now learning is that she's saying that they have some stuff they need to work on. Right. They got some stuff to need to work on. Talk to them. Talk to them.
They got some shit they need to work on. And so now they haven't broken up officially. They just said that there is some shit they got to work on.
Right.
So
I'm 51 years old. Listen. I'm 51 years old. Listen here, A-Rod. Candy, you be A-Rod. I'm gonna be J-Lo. Okay, cool.
Hello, girl. Hello. Oh.
A-Rod does not talk like that. You will not be. You will. That is. A-Rod talks regularly. He like regular ass English. He speaks the King's English with no accent. He around like, hi, hello, my name is Ann Rodriguez.
Oh, damn, my bad.
Nah, but no, she just not ready for the bullshit. She 51 years old. You know what I'm saying? And she's not gonna be dealing with the fuckboy shit. So it's okay. You know what I mean? I want y'all to do this right here. I want you guys to, and this is my word because I made a paragraph. I wrote like a half a book early today, and that's gonna be my mean things to say. But I want you to look at the people that you're getting your information from and look at how successful their relationships are. Because people in successful relationships, guess what we don't do? We don't talk shit about people in other successful relationships because we understand how it is to be in a long-term relationship. If you've ever been married or engaged before, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We might not have the means, you know, of engaging with every person that we're with. But if you're J-Lo and you're a man and you're with J-Lo and you and J-Lo are digging each other and y'all in love and you have the means to buy an engagement ring because y'all body's serious and that shit don't work out, it just don't work out. You know what I'm saying? How many motherfucking relationships have you been in and been broken up with? You know, or broken or break it off. You know what I'm saying? Those are exactly the same. And I'm talking about when we're talking about long-term relationships, we're talking about 8 months and above. You know what I'm saying? People be out here because what it is, y'all mugs be out here telling y'all your significant others that you love them within 3 months. Like, first of all, 3 months ain't long enough to be telling nobody you love them because that's still their representative self. You don't even know what they really are. You ain't had your real first argument yet. And if you arguing this shit in 3 months, then yeah, you need to leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because the chemicals don't fade away. So everything's honeymoon, like science, right? Science is, I think, like the first 6 months, there are chemicals in your body when you're newly meeting, getting to know, interacting, being intimate with someone new. After that, you have to decide that you're going to put in effort.
Because it's easy. Like, it's easy in that first 6. If you've been in any type of relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, talking stage, the first few months are everything's gorgeous. You don't have to call the motherfucker every day. You can just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? They want to see you. They want to go by and do nice things for you. You know what I'm saying? There is no inconvenience in that love. You know what I'm saying? There is no inconvenience because a lot of people, they equate their love with how much they can inconvenience you, how much inconvenience that you can take.
Yeah, they're like testing to see, well, will she do this for me, or will he do this? Will he handle if I treat him like this, or if like yeah. I hadn't thought about that, huh? Yeah, I guess so.
Right, there it is. So you know what I'm saying? Like if you know what I mean, because it's like this, like, cause you always, and I'm speaking from the man's point of view or whatever. Like, hey, I forgot my keys. Like, you on your day off, I forgot my key to my mother's house. Could you bring it to my job? Right. And I'm like this, why can't you come home and get the damn key? But you go do it. In 3 months, you just like, hey, I'll go ahead and do that for you. After that shit, after about 6 years, you're like, God damn it, hell no, I don't feel like fucking. This is my day off. I'm not doing that shit. You come on, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have forgotten.
I ain't coming, but I did buy your tampons. And that's okay.
Right.
There's a fucking difference.
Those are certain inconveniences. Like, I don't care about buying no tampons. Fuck it. If I could buy baby diapers, I could buy tampons. It's with the world. It's up there with toilet paper with me. You know what I'm saying? I could buy toilet paper, tampons, boom. You know what it is.
But it's about being intentional. It's about like new relationships it all feels good, but then there's a place where you start having to, hey.
We bringing Danny on. Look at Danny.
Hey.
This is Daniel Allen. One of the he is a
sound like Daniel watching us on his phone too, because I hear a second echo.
Oh yeah, turn it down, Dan. So this is the homeboy Daniel. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the Ratcheteers. Yeah, it's a lady.
But I
Can you hear it?
don't know why it's echoing.
Well, it's on the back.
It might be multiple devices. If you have your earbuds in and your phone speaker on too, and a microphone, sometimes it does that.
Phone, it's on the computer.
So turn down it on Facebook.
So
is that better? No, it's there so.
Rap said he about to shoot his shot.
No. We wanted his opinion. He was there. We're talking about relationships. I felt like we should bring some other folks in. Yeah. So I sent the link to a couple of people. So Ratcheteers, check your inboxes. You might be one of them.
You might be in there.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start like dropping shit in y'all inboxes. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be the drop. I'm just waiting for Daniel to get his shit together. I believe in you, Daniel.
We believe in you, Daniel. Let me go ahead and take this off.
Okay, now we got it. Is that right now?
Yeah.
We'll see.
No echo?
Great. All right. What were you, Bishop? Go ahead, Bishop.
No. So yeah, like I was saying, you know, like with relationships and everything like that, you condemn J-Lo for being in successful relationships. Well, she's been married, had children, was married to Mark Anthony for a number of years, and their marriage fell. Then she was with Ben Affleck.
Ended. Let's be careful.
Right. Whatever.
Ended. Right.
You know, whatever reasons they didn't like you. Well, at the end, they decided to go. But then they still have a good relationship. They still have you know what I'm saying? They still have a healthy relationship to raise the children. I don't know what's going behind the scenes, but they put it up there.
Yeah.
So she was with Ben Affleck for a while after Puffy. You know what I'm saying? She was with Puffy for like, 2-3 years. And that was during the 2000s when like you really wasn't really nobody's real girlfriend.
Yo, right. And he was in the Source magazine and shit. Like it wasn't, it was a different thing.
Right. So I think what it is it's simply just that y'all should stop talking about J-Lo like she trash. Like
I agree.
That's what it is. Or any woman for that matter. It's like this.
Common. We talk shit about Common. Let humans look for love and succeed and try again. Like let them look for love.
Common. You have never heard of no bullshit about Common out here cheating or nothing like that. Now, has Common knocked down some of the baddest of the bad? Absolutely.
He dated them, you mean?
Well, yeah. But I'm saying.
I understand.
You know what I mean? He's been with some, and what it is, people are jealous. It's more of jealousy saying that Common is doing wrong things just because he gets himself in dope situations with women that everybody else likes.
Listen to how he have you seen the interviews with how he talks about his current relationship?
What did he say?
Somebody was asking him about like getting married to her, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be dope." Like he before they went really public.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I was watching Instagram lives either in the middle of the night or early in the morning, but Cali time, you know, like 6 o'clock is like so it's like 6 o'clock in the morning is like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning there. Mm-hmm. So they'd be on like Instagram live, sometimes with like Jason Lee, like Tiffany Haddish should be on with Jason Lee. I remember one day, and all of a sudden, like she's having a conversation with Jason Lee, and like Common comes around the corner and takes over her whole fucking conversation and starts talking to damn Jason Lee behind her. Like, let me see who the fuck you talking to. Hey, let me let you motherfuckers know. He's done that a few times where she was on live and she'll be in his house and he'll walk into the camera. No, not coaxed, not asked. Mm-hmm. She's actually trying to like create space away.
Right.
and he'd be like, "No, hey, right?" And I think he's just looking. He's just genuinely looking for somebody, and like let people be great.
What you think, Danny?
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on because there's this delay.
So, he said, "I don't understand."
I'm having to get used to the whole delay of what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. So,
Just close your eyes, but still answer the question, Dan. What is your take on it?
to be honest, I don't even remember what I mean. You were talking about.
Danny came on high. He got fucked up, and it's my fault that I said something to him last night.
No, it's not that. I'm just
Hi.
So okay, so tell me again the question, and I can answer the question. But I do need you to say it to me one more time.
Your take on the J-Lo, the treatment of J-Lo having multiple engagements and marriages.
It's total hypocrisy. It's like men can have as many as they want, and nobody has a problem with that at all. Women can't do more than one. If a woman does more than one relationship her entire life, she's a slut.
That's right.
That is. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get like why. Like everybody should be equal. Like you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, and I hate that part too. Another part of it that I get in an argument too. This is gonna get a little bit. This is the ratchet part of it. Is when we talk about threesomes.
Yes.
Threesomes versus the train, right? Have you engaged in this? Threesome.
I have not. I can't say for
I saw some art movies. I
do know what you mean though when you say threesomes and trains. I do know that. So
the difference between threesomes and trains. So people will take a female. They'll call a female male female or female female male, whatever type of threesome you like. Boom, they'll say that's a threesome, right? When it's two girls, one dude. Right. But then they try.
We don't have sex with children. Women.
But there can also be two men and one woman in a threesome. That's also perfectly acceptable.
But there's no. See, but that threesome, they try to label it a train, which is not a train.
No, that's not a train.
Let me explain to you, you sexual cave people. You know what I'm saying? That have not been enlightened. A train is when people take turns.
Right.
They take turns. So it's like you are one-on-one with that person. That person gets up. Then the next person comes in and has a one-on-one engagement with you. And then that person gets up. And if you have multiple that is a train.
It is not a human centipede.
It is not a human. A human centipede is whatever sum it is. I want to just put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't make a mad face because people out there that, you know what I mean? So women should not be slut shamed or anything like that for having two dudes in your threesome. It's a threesome, damn it.
Right.
That's right. Amen to that. That's a good point. But if your daddy calls you a bitch ass nigga, you probably did something to deserve it.
That was not a good transition at all.
I'm just saying, if your daddy calls you a bitch ass nigga in an argument and you are a 33-year-old man, you did something to deserve that shit.
You probably earned it somehow, right?
You did. Yes. And your daddy a pastor ass, Christian ass, singing song ass, gospeling motherfucker too.
Well, hold on. One of my things is right here. As a Christian person.
You are
ain't nothing in the Bible.
He gets to say whatever he wants today.
Nothing is. Yeah, I am Christian. I am on my show. I could be a Christian, but no, I am Christian. But as a Christian, and probably Pinama can talk to this too, right? Because he's just in here. My thing is right here. There's nothing in the Bible that said you cannot say bitch ass nigga. The words bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? People are in parents like, oh. Kirk Franklin cuss. Listen, the Bible says you cannot cuss. You cannot, not cuss, but you cannot curse. Use curses on people. Curse words. This is what curse words is because I watched the Art of Swearing.
So I can't do no WandaVision.
Exactly. When you use curses, when you say go to hell, that's cursing someone to hell. Damn that shit. That's damning the shit. That's cursing. That's the actual curse word. Right. So when you damn something, you send it. You're damning it to hell and everything like that. You're damning something. Those are cuss words. That's what you should not be using. Now, there's nothing in the Bible saying that you can't use swear words, because all of those are just made up words.
They're made up words, yeah.
So when he goes out there in the conversation, calls his son a bitch ass nigga, he's using those as adjectives for the situation.
Okay, baby. Okay. I don't want to hear you chew. I don't want to hear you chew. So figure that shit out. You made me so sick. And then to record it, like that's even more. Record it and release it to say, see how bad a person my dad is. And he said, what Kirk Franklin said in his response was that the other component that we missed out on was the fact that he tried to call their therapist and get the therapist involved. And because this has been whatever this issue is, it's been an ongoing family issue.
Yeah, I don't think you should be airing your family business. That's just, that should be kept inside.
Yeah, especially if you have if you're seeking therapy for it, or it's been a thing that you all are working through. It seems like so that's why we can give you the bitch ass nigga stamp.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this, and any father, like when you get to see, and as a father of men, children, you're gonna get to the point and being a son of, growing up as being a grown man, there's a certain threshold that you meet, that you and your father have to meet at, right? And it's like this, because if you raise your son correctly, it's going to be the challenge there. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be the challenge there. And where you stop looking at him as your baby and you start looking at him as a man, not necessarily your competition, but a man that you love. And sometimes, it's just like your brother, your best friend, or anything like that. That's the level that you get on as a son with your dad, right?
Right.
And you should show some sort of respect for your father. And if you're a real father, sometimes you got to go ahead and have that tough love and call your son whatever. Yo, listen here, pussy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you acting dumb, you acting stupid, you's a bitch ass. It's just that people want to go out of it because Kirk Franklin is gospel music. I'm like, yo, but that don't mean that shit. If Kirk Franklin wanted to say bitch ass nigga and pump, he can do that.
I agree.
It might not be
as long as there's respect between the two parties, you can pretty much say whatever you want, as long as it's done with respect.
We got P Nominal.
Hello.
P Nominal, you came in right at the same time. Like P Nominal, you are one of the
premier Jesus. That's right. You are premier Jesus niggas we know. One of the premier Jesus niggas.
Wait, what?
There's a shirt made. Premier Jesus niggas.
Terrible.
You want a premier Jesus niggas. So as a premier Jesus nigga, can you tell us?
Yes, I can. For those of you who think that gospel music has gone too far, you think we've gotten too radical with our message, let me tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. And if you don't know, now you know, baby.
That's perfect. Yes. Yeah.
I had to come in.
I feel like maybe Kirk Franklin got a Grammy on Sunday that we didn't know about. He got a Grammy for the most hardcore hardcore hip hop album, like the hardcore hip hop or hardcore gospel. Is there a hardcore gospel category now?
There should be. If there isn't, there should be. He should win every year.
Explicit gospel category.
Hey,
everybody to play now.
Stomp.
Yeah.
Don't you ever disrespect me.
Hey, Tico.
I will break your neck.
It
Yo, when he said that, I
I
felt that in my soul. You know what he said? When he said, I will break, and you were looking at it like, oh no, I will break your neck. I said, oh God. You better drop the whole. Here's what I want. Drop the whole conversation. I want to hear it.
Right.
I want to know what got him to that point because it was, whoever's gonna do this on the internet, I know it's gonna pop up sooner or later. Somebody's like, when Kurt Franklin was talking, he said, "Well, if you think that was disrespectful, let me take it a step further." And he was giving that work, and then it was like it should be like an edit that says a few seconds later. I will break. I don't know what he said to that man to make him that angry, but God be with him because if Kurt had been nearby, Kurt liked to work out. He takes steroids and all that, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want a gospel roid rage, man. It'd be bad for you, dog.
First of all, he already got the strength of God on his side, so you don't want that.
Exactly.
Then he already got the whole trilogy on him, and plus, nah, man, nah. He probably sweat.
Don't do it. Yo, D-Nasty, I made that part up, by the way. That wasn't true about the boys. I was just kidding.
He probably sweat preacher juice.
Yo, my thing is just right here. But I don't understand why are Christians so much in an uproar about it?
Because Christians like to pretend like that no one in the church does any dirt. They don't cuss. They don't watch adult videos. They don't do anything.
Respectability politics.
Right.
Respectability politics, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, they want to pretend like because it goes against the set of ideas that they think that they have to follow to be good people.
But isn't that the same mind state that you would say that someone that would follow Trump or follow Jim Jones or follow somebody in that
status, Jim Jones. Boy,
oh, not that one, buddy. Not that one. Like drink the daggone juice, Jim Jones, brother. Drink the Kool-Aid, Jim Jones.
One of my teachers in high school called Christianity the occult, and there were some.
You see what I'm saying?
Your teacher in high school? Where did you go to school?
Lay Flat, Indiana. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Indiana, that's Southern. It has to be Southern. Everything's Southern Indiana compared to where I grew up.
No, this was Lafayette. I was.
Oh shit, for real? Oh, I know where Lafayette is.
I was 2 hours south of you.
Yeah. You weren't too far. Yeah.
Hey, Pina, that's where they shot Serpent in the Rainbow.
Oh, shit. Maybe it's Mike.
Look what you done did, Phenom. It's hard to tickle Phenom. Phenom is always really cool, and it's really hard to tickle him. But you done did that shit today, Tico. You done tickled this motherfucker. No, so like that's a whole thing. Like, how do you? I don't know. How do you come back from that? I don't know. I ain't never gotten a screaming match with my family members before. My parents, I haven't gotten a screaming match like that with my parents before. Yeah. When you're a teenager, you try to get an attitude, but after you turn about 20.
No, that dude was 33.
33.
And that's my point. And that's my point. After about 20-ish, like, I'm not sure. I know, Tico, you've got like older kids. Daniel, I don't know about you, but like, as your children get older, they're like a kind of even out place where y'all are cooler. Like, there's a different kind of respect that happens. Like, your teenage years, sometimes they're grumpy and
they're still young. Like, they're still in their 20s, so they're out here seeing the world, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is, as being a father, I was a single father for a while. So, but seeing them go off and do things, you know what I'm saying? You have to back yourself off and let them do them.
Right.
And at a point in time, it's crazy because you nurture them and you think of them as your kids, but they grow up to be people. And then you have to respect them as people. You know what I'm saying? And just hope that you molded good people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna fuck up because I fucked up. Most We all do it. You know what I'm saying? Some
Mhm.
motherfuckers don't know shit stink till they step in it. You feel
Right.
me? So, you know, you can sit here and say, hey man, that's hot. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Oh yeah, what this do? I
Yeah,
just
but if
told
you
you don't
raise them
touch that.
right, they're
You
gonna
feel
react well to those mistakes.
Exactly.
exactly. So
You
you know,
raise
you just have to
your
let them be
children.
people, man.
Wow. You raise your children to the place where
I'm
they can
sorry.
make sound decisions
Right.
after they make the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Hope,
have to
yeah,
panic.
yeah. But at the same token, we also as parents we protect them from things that we went through too. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Some of the lessons that I've learned, they're gonna have to learn on their own. You know what I'm saying? And I just let them know that, or hope that they realize that, hey, they have a place to come back to, and no judgment because you're my kid. You feel me?
Right.
And you know, just life just does shit like that. You feel
But
me?
no, Tico, but
So
that's why you know what we are going to plan to do with our children is like this. We're just going to have like a whole blackout, so that way they know what it is to have the power cut off and shit when you don't pay bills. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't pay the, you know what I mean? You didn't pay the power bill. Ooh, now we got to run extension cords from the neighbor house.
No.
You know what I'm
Puff
saying?
law.
What
Puff
it
law.
is, it's like so what
I'm
you got
sorry.
to
I'm
do is
sorry.
right because it's about survival.
I'm,
It's about survival. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
sorry, Bishop. I'm sorry, Bishop. Bishop, I'm sorry. You saying planning? Oh, my kids, we've lived that. Those right there are called those nights. Those special nights. Those special nights were camp out nights. You know what I'm saying? In the living room with the candles. You know what I'm saying? Those
with
were those
Mark,
nights. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Yo, hey, let's play a game. You know what I'm saying? If it's yellow, let it mellow. But if it's brown, flush it down. You feel me? When the water's off. We
What?
played
When your
yeah, you know
water's
what
off.
I'm saying?
No,
Get
no,
the
no.
go outside with a bucket, with a
Right.
trash
There you
can,
go.
collect rainwater, flush the toilet. Come on, man.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
it's
Get
fun
with the
times.
bucket.
Oh
It's
Lord
fun
gosh, believe
when
us.
it's
All right, y'all.
called
So let's
wrestling.
move. So let's move on to the
Hey,
Grammys.
that's survival
Did
skills
anybody
for them.
watch? Did anybody watch the Grammys on Sunday?
I
I know
saw
Peanut.
some of it. I saw
Oh,
some of it. I didn't get to watch it in its entirety. I saw some of the performances.
Okay.
Wow.
Were there any?
Go ahead, Candy.
Were there any performances for you that stood out?
Say that again.
Were there any of the performances that stood out for you?
Of course, man. The Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak joint. That was
yeah, that was good.
that might have been performance of the night. It was
Y'all, I wanna
perfect.
like Silk Sonic so bad, and I
Love it.
don't.
What you mean? So why don't you?
I said what I said, and it's just the honest truth. I like Anderson .Paak. I love Anderson .Paak. He's a great performer. I love going to his concerts. I love his music. I be jamming the shit
Right
out of
now
his
you sound
album.
like you love T-Pain. Right now you sound like you love T-Pain. You choppy. Um, yeah, it was good.
Mm.
It was good.
So why don't
Uh,
you like it? You didn't even tell us, Candy. Hold on a second, Tico. Why don't you like it? Because you don't like Bruno? Is that what
Maybe
you
that's
get
what
ready
it
to say?
is. I like the upbeat hip hop that Anderson .Paak is, and I don't feel like I get that with the addition of Bruno Mars. I feel like it's just a double ballad thing.
You know what I like?
Mm.
The reason
Okay.
why I like them because of the tongue-in-cheek way that they perform the old school ballad. Because they put themselves in the thing of like the Temptations and the music that your mom and dad listen to.
Uh-huh.
But when you listen to the lyrics, the shit is hilarious. Like, yo, if if the song doesn't make you giggle, when he like, shut your trap, you know what I mean? You ain't coming over. Who said shut your trap? That mug said I'm shaved like a newborn. Like
Yeah.
who says
You
shit
did
like
say
that? Yo,
I give music time. I give myself time for music to grow on me. So like Rhapsody's last album,
Mhm.
I listened to it when it first came out, and I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
But then last summer, if you were around me when I was working on like outdoor projects,
It was Rhapsody.
It was Rhapsody, Anderson .Paak, Streams of Thought 2, and when appropriate, there was a lot of Jeezy.
I feel like Jeezy should always be appropriate, but it's the whole package for me. That the reason why I like it, Sonic Silk, is because it's Silk Sonic, whatever. It's over the top. It's so over the top. It's like they playing characters. So they're, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're almost spoofing themselves or being parodies of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'll give it another look. You talked me into giving it another listen.
It's more like, it's like if you had Black Elton Johns running around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're the R&B Redman and meth.
There
you go.
With cocaine. Instead of doing blunts, they do a bunch of cocaine and heroin. You know what I'm saying? They look like they're high. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's good old I do high music.
Okay.
What about Megan Thee Stallion and the Cardi B performance, or Megan Thee Stallion getting an award and Beyonce presenting it to her? Like, were either of those components or moments of any interest for you all?
First of all, the Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion joint was very interesting. It wasn't as bad as people like, because I saw it later on, right? So I had to look at it. People made it up to be something that it really wasn't.
I agree.
It was a sexy performance. Like I've seen
Madonna. Madonna has fucking done sexy performances for decades. Get over it, y'all.
Britney Spears came out in a nude bodysuit with a snake.
Exactly.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen sexier. I've seen, like, first of all, Cardi B, I don't know, like she looked a little chunkier. You know what I'm saying? She looked more like
good for her. Good for her.
She looked a little bit.
That was a compliment, right? That's what you meant when you said that.
No, okay. I'm saying she looked well. From what I'm saying, I should say thicker. I should say thicker. There it is.
So you liked it. That's what you were trying to say. It was a compliment.
What wasn't? It wasn't. It was saying that she just looked like she gained a bunch. She was like she was cold and thick. And because the reason why I said she's chunky is the way she was walking. It was like she was like.
What he's trying to say is that her coordination wasn't there like it
wasn't there.
Cardi can normally get busy.
I can thank you for fixing that shit for him, because he was digging himself a hole.
No, I could call Cardi B chunky if I want to. Shit, motherfuckers, you just said I had titties earlier. Fuck that shit.
But I only say you have titties because you called Cardi B chunky.
No, I didn't. No, you didn't. You said the titties before I said chunky. So guess what?
Nope, you say shit like that all the time.
Listen, I don't say shit. I've never called Cardi B chunky.
I'll give you 10 more seconds, Bishop. Keep going.
You will give me more than 10 seconds. My goddamn show. You know what? You want to give niggas 10 seconds? How about you get 10 seconds? You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like a Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Hold on. There it is. We're looking for the. Shout out to Candy's flexibility, yo. Because that shit would have been firecrackers, like pop, 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 pop. If any one of us did that shit, like. I can't go on. What happened? I pulled my groin in my hip and also my lower back.
My neck.
She was walking like you know what I'm saying? Like she was uncomfortable. She was walking. I think her butt was a little bit too big. You know what I'm saying?
But the outfit, you have to also take into consideration what the outfit was made of too. Like
a metal outfit, like
put on a metal outfit and dance in that motherfucker.
She took it off.
Do that shit.
She took that shit off. She was like, fuck it.
She did take part of it off, yeah.
You can't really dance in a suit of armor. It's too heavy.
Right.
It's complicated.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't see nothing wrong with the performance. You know what I'm saying? It was wet pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's what should have went down on that song. And it was fun. They had the alien strippers doing a little.
That was different.
Yeah, so it was a fun thing. It was a fun performance, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So like the internet went wild, like, oh, it's there. It wasn't. I actually like Cardi's part at the beginning. I felt like Up and Megan. What did Megan do? Was it Body?
Yeah.
I feel like individually they were better performances than when they did it together. I think that would be my.
But that's probably because it's hard to practice during COVID together, right? Like most of these people haven't been performing for a fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
So think about the fact that this is the first time a lot of these people have performed in a year, and practicing at home ain't ever the same.
Yes, because
as it is
simultaneously booty, because to get your butt cheeks to bounce simultaneously together
so much
takes a long time.
A lot of coordination.
You just don't twerk. You have to twerk. You know, because it's not like one of those, Miami South, Miami joints, twerk. It's a yada 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 yada. Then it goes yada 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 yada. So
Right.
each booty cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek, left cheek,
You trivialize all
cheek,
that shit. You
left
trivialize
cheek.
that shit. And you're a
Yeah.
dancer, but you a dancer.
He's
So
a
you
dancer.
know,
I was about to say the same thing.
right.
So when
Because you're a dancer,
Tico
so
knows
you
what he's talking about.
trivialize that shit. But no, Tico's a dancer. So you trivialize that shit. But you know, motherfucker, that like it does regard it's something that may look or seem easy. It's only because it's the person's good at it.
Right.
Right? So there are
So
things that you have made, like how many pinwheels have you done in a row?
Huh?
How many pinwheels have you done?
Have you done in a row?
Pinwheels. What's a pinwheel?
What is it
Are
called?
you talking about the things with the when you blow as a child?
I hate you so much. Tell me a complicated move. Sorry. I don't know names of stuff. Tell me a complicated move that you've done like multiple times.
What was
a move I've done multiple times
that got you hired for dance gigs? You know what I'm saying?
Are you flirting with me right now? What are you talking about?
Hey, yo, you know what? Tico is not here. He's not here with us. But I'm tired of people doing this shit right here. Taking the WAP, taking the WAP performance and then trying to mesh Pepe Le Pew in it. It was like, oh, this is not accepted, but your guys accept this. Like, first of all, rape culture and working ain't the same goddamn thing.
It's not the same thing at all. But that's, people get to do that, I guess, if they want to.
Oh, man.
What about Pepe?
First of all,
Pepe brought it up.
Right.
How do you feel about the cancellation of a fucking cartoon from 40 years ago?
This nigga said, we know how he feels because Phenom don't cuss. That's how we know when some shit bothers Phenom, you hear him cuss. He don't cuss.
My thing is this right here.
I was next moment there.
I would say update Pepe Le Pew. You know what I'm saying? They could have did an update on him. You know what I'm saying? They could have did something. Pepe Le Pew was
made him a ladies' man as opposed to a rapist.
Right. But 40 years ago, what he was is this right here. I think Tico made the point is Pepe Le Pew was nearsighted. He was an unsuccessful ladies' man. He's a very because all the other skunk
most rapists are.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, don't look what I'm saying. When they made Pepe Le Pew as an unsuccessful lady man, the fact is that he was trying to date a cat that had paint on their back that he mistaken
they thought was
for a skunk. And then most of the shit was that Pepe Le Pew wasn't that he was doing he was super crazy. It was just that when she smelled him, she wanted to get away. He realizes that, oh, you're a skunk. You're used to this smell, so first of all, Pepe Le Pew was two different things. He was making fun of the French because everybody says the French stink. That's why they made him a skunk. That's why he had a French accent.
They don't stink. It's just all the cheese. It's stinky cheeses.
Right, but the stinky cheeses, if it comes through, if you too much cold because you start sweating, you stink. Okay, you're not. You know what I mean? But so they're making fun of the French first of all, right? On that, then they're making fun of the French being overly romantic, and he's an unsuccessful, overly romantic, stinky Frenchman that doesn't know what his species is. So it's hilarious in that concept.
Right, right. I get it. And that's why I agree with the remaking of him. I don't agree with the removal. I just like in Space Jams, old girl, they redid her. I guess they had a very sexualized. Yeah, they had a real sexualized and they redid her.
Yo, if you got mad because Babs Bunny looks like a bunny rabbit more than a shapely with thighs and shit like that, you are a sicko. Like, why? It's a children's shit.
Hey, let me like the kind of porn I like. Fuck you, Bishop.
Fuck that. This not porn. Now, if you do Babs Bunny, if you want to look at Family Guy and Meg and stuff like that on your, I don't care. Like cartoon porn, I'm not here to take away your cartoon porn. What I'm saying
have you ever watched any?
What I'm saying is right here.
She might want.
Hilarious. My thing is this right here. If you like cartoon porn, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But watch it on Pornhub. You're not gonna have my babies looking at no fucking sexy ass bunny. For that shit.
So just to clarify, she looks. They toned her down completely. What you're saying? They took
Yeah,
her from
toned her down. Mm-hmm.
the way she used to look to.
Is
she still Bugs's
love issues?
I don't know. She looks like like a lesbian.
Did you whisper the shit so that we might not have heard it?
He did.
Got it.
She looks like a lesbian. She looks like a lesbian.
I think he said. Yeah.
He said what we thought he said, y'all.
That's a damn shame, but okay.
She looks like a bunny should look if the bunny was a cartoon. She looks like Bad Bunny from.
It might be for the culture. I mean, it might be for the culture. We don't. I ain't got no wheels with it. Hey, look. But if you're gonna do that, then you got to go get Johnny Bravo. You got to get Johnny Bravo. He's got to be next. You know what I'm saying? This whole cancel culture thing, man.
No.
The thing about it is that we should be learning from it.
Why we canceling Johnny Bravo? Explain.
Johnny Bravo is a douchebag.
Oh, all he did was cover her booty cheeks up. Her shirt is long. So I'm looking at this.
You got to get rid of him.
Her shirt is long. So Babs Bunny was in booty shorts, like Daisy Duke shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Like that looked like underwear, right. And she had on like a very high cropped tank top.
Mm-hmm.
And now she has on shorts that look like regular shorts. And
right.
Oh, I'm looking at pictures. She's fine on her.
She's not as curvy.
So clearly,
she shouldn't be curvaceous. She's a bunny.
Overly sexualized. She's a lesbian. That's obvious.
Yeah, you can't be a lesbian because you're not overly sexualized. I mean, shit, that will make all of us lesbians.
Do y'all see how I dress?
Yeah. You don't look like a lesbian though tonight. Well,
and that's my point.
No. Honestly, if I had to say who's a lesbian on a joint, it would be between you and Danny right now. You know what I'm saying? You guys are.
His hairstyle. It's the haircut. It's the haircut for me.
And you're busting on my hair.
Look, we're just having a look. It's the hair for me. I live in Durham. We have a very like broadening lesbian population. One very big, larger one than a lot of places in the country.
Yes.
Shout out to Durham lesbians.
Do you drive a Subaru though?
No, I do not. I drive a Volkswagen, which is just as bad.
Candy looks like she drives a Studebaker, drop top Studebaker, and with a basset hound, and go to rich mansions and solve crimes.
Right, she does look like she goes to rich mansions and solve crimes.
And when I solve the crime, I paint that motherfucker. I solve the crime solution and I paint it. Fun random fact, though. Fun random fact.
Hold on, Tico. Go ahead, Candy.
Tico. Fun random fact. I don't know if you know this, but a fun random fact is that Studebakers. The city I grew up in, that's where the factory was that they made Studebakers in Elkhart, Indiana.
Mm.
Yeah, and there's still a Studebaker museum there. So it's weird that it could almost be true. I just need to get a basset hound and solve crimes.
So Candy, I do need to tell you that I do have a Subaru parked in front of my house. My brother's car, but I have driven it.
Well,
there you go, Daniel. Well, yep. To each his own. Oh,
yo.
So this weekend, we got a Wu-Tang motherfucking weekend. We got a Wu-Tang versus.
Yep, Wu-Tang. Yo, so, before you get into that, Candy, I just saw earlier that Wu-Tang has just released a picture encyclopedia of rare Wu-Tang photos with a 400-pound sculpture that's in the 400-pound sculpture. So it's like a statue.
What? It's art.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta send it to me.
So this is what it does. It's like she just went away. So it's like a dome, and you open up the pedestal, and it has this book that's 400 pages long of rare Wu-Tang photos and all that stuff. It's a 400-pound. What's the name? Tico's online looking for it right now because he has to have it. So you know what I'm saying. Or Candy, I know that you guys have that. But yeah, so we got the verses Ray and Ghost. You know what I'm saying? The cats from Wu-Tang that shot at each other, that had the beef. Now they're back at it. I'm thinking, who you got?
Ghostface. Ghostface Killer all the day. That's who I'm going for. I'm a much bigger Ghost fan than I am Raekwon.
Ray fan.
Like, I could. Well, I mean, obviously, if you go to one, sometimes Wu-Tang people roll together. But I was gonna say, if I was going to a concert, I would definitely. Or if I was going to pick up an album, I'm going to listen to Ghostface before I listen to Ray. If Ray is in the car, if someone turns on Ray in the car, okay, I listen to it. But I'm not going to seek out his music, if that makes sense. So I know a bunch of Ghostface songs. I don't really know much Raekwon stuff outside of his verses on the classic joints. You know what I'm saying?
Daniel, what you got, man? Who you got, Ray or Ghost in this situation?
Those are two guys from Wu-Tang that I don't know enough about individually to be able to make a pick. I know who they are, but I'm not willing to sort of say, okay, this is the guy I back. The guys from Wu-Tang
who are your Wu-Tang guy then? Who are the Wu-Tang guys you fuck with then?
He's about to say ODB.
Method's my guy.
Okay.
Redman and Method are my two guys, but Method is more my dude.
Okay.
I think Ghost.
LOG and the Bulldogs. You talking about the
Jacob, we talk Focus and Broham.
No, I don't know. Let's think about this. This is complicated. Maybe Raekwon. You know.
Wow.
Okay. We got to go by.
By the purple tape.
Ghostface has a lot of. He got a lot of catalog.
Right.
I think he has more catalog than Ray.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to hits, and you know what I'm saying, those hits, Ray got them. But at the same token, he got the same hits with him on them.
That's right. There's a whole list. They have a whole list. They've got a whole list on there about that. Like,
so it's just going to wind up being, see, as we sitting here thinking that this is going to be some type of battle, it just might wind up being another D'Angelo thing where it just might wind up being a concert. They just sold verses to Triller.
Yeah.
And so it's no longer Swiss and Timberlands.
No, it is.
It's still there.
They didn't sell it. They sold it. Yep. They sold it for shares in Triller. So they actually
for shares. And the artist, and some of the artists also.
Right.
So
they
it
get
looks up.
components of it. Yeah, the artists get.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's up?
Sir.
Who was the one that was in Ghost Dog?
RZA.
The movie.
RZA, yeah.
RZA was in Ghost Dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he already did the verses. Did you see his?
Yeah, I've seen RZA's verses. That shit was like him and Primo was like doing like two granddads trying to figure out the internet.
I remember.
Man.
It was
awesome. All right.
Purple tape is my driving force, so that's how I'm gonna move with that. That's the honest truth.
Here's my question for y'all though. But are you excited about it though? Like, is this one of those things that we'll watch it because we're a fan of verses, or we're excited about this particular matchup? Like these particular artists.
I like Wu-Tang. If you're a Wu-Tang fan, this is for you.
Yeah, Yeah. Wu-Tang for the kids. Yeah, Wu-Tang for the kids, man.
Right.
You
That's
know,
really a funny
I was
thing that
curious
somebody
what
would
people.
say now, Wu-Tang for the kids, because when I was in grad school and was going to go to the Wu-Tang concert in Los Angeles back in the turn of the century, Wu-Tang was like, "Oh my, you can't go to that concert. They're all a bunch of gangsters and you'll get killed." So that's just it's kind of funny that
That's
now
what
it's
hip hop.
become Wu-Tang for the kids.
Yo, Wu-Tang. No,
Yeah.
That's what hip
Wu-Tang
hop
really
was.
gangsters
Crazy.
when they were for the kids.
Nadi, this is a you thing. You should jump in
It's
here.
yeah, because it's amazing the marketability.
Right.
Even when things were going low, they still kept pushing. You would see Woo shirts, Woo hats, Woo, you know what I'm saying? They never stopped rocking their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even you know what I'm saying when cats were falling off, when 50 the G Unit shit fell off and fucking Nelly shit fell off, fucking Woo was still pushing fucking hats, still pushing fucking damn sweatshirts. You know
Yo,
what I'm saying? And
like true
so,
story.
you
I
know,
would definitely wear.
that was
I'm
just
waiting for
crazy.
Target. I'm waiting for Target to get G Unit shirts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Oh no.
how about yo Tico? Find G
Hey,
Unit shirts and send me the link, y'all. I'm gonna get a G Unit shirt.
fucking
Is that the sign of
nah,
of an
nigga,
artist
I
when
gotta go to
Target starts
Target to
carrying
get
your
that
stuff?
Carcanal, son. I don't know.
G Unit all
No,
day.
y'all.
Candy,
G-Unit shirts though. Huh?
Candy, go ahead and
Uh-huh.
spit your
Yeah.
Candy's random thought, yo. What you got?
So this is the thing.
I'm sorry, man. I can't hear, man. Y'all are all choppy on my end.
That's because your internet's from Cricket.
Uh,
Ooh. I want to know about teeth.
Mhm.
Like
You are
how many teeth you need to have a good quality of life. So, if we think about this, I think you might need like 5 to survive and 10 to thrive. I don't think that we need all our teeth. And I'm only saying that because I was thinking about once that back to that side tooth start getting bad or gets gone, like you get a little nervous, and sometimes the other rest of the teeth are on their way out. And I'm just thinking like you really only need 10 teeth. And life might be more fun with 10 teeth. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, see, it's like this. I think that it comes when it comes. I want to piggyback on that because it really depends on your size of your teeth, though, right? Because if you're a person with big teeth, then it's very you just can't just be running around with 10 big ass teeth in your mouth.
Well, as the biologist, I do have to mention that you need just certain kinds of teeth. There are, each tooth performs a certain function. So if
So you need like 2 each, right?
you have 1 or 2 of each kind of tooth, you'll be okay.
That's what's up. 1 or 2 of each kind of tooth. So like one K9 tooth. You know what I'm saying? Top and
Right.
bottom.
One canine,
I-
maybe a couple molars in the back for
Hold
grinding.
on. What if? So I had this question though for you. What if what if our food changes and we don't need to hurt our mouths or
Drinking
use
everything through a
canine teeth?
straw? Then we don't need
I'm
teeth
just
anymore.
saying. Well, like CRISPR technology, right?
Right.
So
So
they're trying to create. They're trying to. Y'all know what I'm talking about CRISPR technology.
No, talk to us.
please, Candy,
It's
explain.
Yes.
So some of the idea about the way I found out about CRISPR technology is that I got invited to go to do a what are those trial what's it called like focus groups.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was a focus group. No, it was just a focus group, and they paid like $150 to come and just do an hour focus group. So
Okay.
I went, and it was talking about fruits and vegetables, right?
Right.
So I went and we sat down, and the way they were trying to get us to be interested was like, oh, imagine if your avocados didn't have pits in them, and they were half the size and had twice the vitamins.
Oh, they talk about
But
fucking with the DNA of the food.
Right.
adjusting things. They've already done it. I think like papayas had some kind of like disease, and they used like that same technology to help manage our papaya crops or something. But with CRISPR technology, they can adjust like foods, right?
CRISPR,
So what if they
can you like me to
go
jump in
ahead,
here?
go talk. Say it again.
Would you like me to jump
Yeah,
in here?
yeah, please. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
jump,
so
please. Double
with
touching.
CRISPR, what they're doing is they're inserting genes. So basically, if you want your papaya to have a gene to produce more of a certain vitamin or less of a characteristic that you don't want to have, you can use CRISPR to knock down genes or to hyperexpress genes. So your fruits and your vegetables will behave will come out differently when they're grown once they grow up from the seed because you knock in these mutations, and then as the cells then grow and divide, they carry the mutation with them. So your fruit is going to have different characteristics when it's an adult, when it's a grown piece of fruit, than the normal ones. Does that make sense?
I don't like it.
It's
I don't like it.
unnatural. It's basically like breeding. I mean, the way they made fruit different for all those years. I mean, the apples that we get at the grocery store now are nothing like the apples that they had back in the 1950s because they've been breeding these fruits to be larger in size. Unfortunately, with a larger in size, oftentimes you get fewer nutrients in the same fruit because it's of the larger size, so it's not as good for you. So, but with CRISPR, what they can do is they can adapt these larger size fruits to then express more of the vitamins and more of the things that you want. So it can.
But what's the side effect on that, though? What's the side effects?
That's the thing. They don't know what the side effects are, and that's the problem. They're making these genetic mutations, and the problem is that the body, well, any body, I mean, any animal, and any fruit, basically anything larger than a 10-cell organism is going to be so complicated that there's going to be a lot of things going on that we don't know. And so when we change one gene, then there are all kinds of cascading effects that we can't predict. And that's the problem with CRISPR.
You're going to come out here and motherfucking, that's how mutants are going to start. And P9 are going to eat an apple.
We're going to end up with X-Men.
And that was our conversation. So there were a couple of farmers there that were like, yo, this is the direction that a lot of our food technology is heading in. And that's why we were there to talk about it, because they wanted to see if they could, where they could find value, where they could find our value to use it to market those things to us. And everybody was like, hell nah. Or we need you to tell us we don't want to just stumble upon fucking altered fucking pre-pitted avocados.
Right.
And then grow fucking vestigial tails again.
A lot of the food that we eat in the grocery stores now is GMO. That's the thing.
Yep.
A lot of it is genetically modified already. And so
damn corn, ain't no un-GMO corn.
You're from Elkhart, so you know about corn. And the corn, I mean, when I grew up as a kid, it was knee-high by the 4th of July. And you look at the corn that's growing in the fields now, that shit's taller than me by the 4th of July. So there's something obviously been changed about the way corn is growing. And it's Monsanto, and they're knocking all these genes into this corn, and they're doing stuff that we don't know what the outcomes are going to be. And that's the problem, is that when you breed stuff slowly over time, you can adapt to these changes, and the changes in the organism can adapt and make the changes more naturally. But if you make those changes instantly by putting in genes that you don't know what they do, then effects happen, and that there's no time for the organism to compensate for the changes.
And I think that's the reason why. And we got to look at it as, I think that's the reason why we have so much cancer now. You know what I'm saying, and everything like that. You know what I mean? Because
certainly part of it,
yeah, that's got to be part of it. And also, I think that it was those microwaves and shit that we had back in the 80s. Them shits was probably fucking like
and the shitty plastic. Oh, the shitty plastic and the microwaves.
Twisted, man. Look,
they still have microwaves now.
Look, man,
that's true.
I'll be 50 on Friday.
Happy birthday!
So, yay! Thank you. I remember when the microwave was the thing. The thing cost about $900 or something like that. My mom had one. She worked at Belts, so she had the discount. So we always got the new gadgets that popped in. I remember this microwave because there was there was two things you needed to know. One, you turn the knob to the time that you want it, and two, you step the fuck back.
You did. You did not stand in front of the microwave.
Exactly.
You did not stand in front of that microwave,
Do
man.
not stand in
Shit,
front of the microwave. Yep.
man. Hell no, you would fucking glow in the dark. I'm trying to tell you some good shit, boy. If you didn't have a lead plate around your dick, dude.
If you needed
telling you
to grow a little bit before the basketball game, microwave
Right.
some popcorn before the game.
Yo, so hold on. I want to go ahead and get my mean shit to say out. Then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up because we talk about relationships. And I said this today on my thing. Stop taking relationship advice from people that obviously didn't know how to talk to girls in high school. That didn't have a real girlfriend until they turned 27. Stop taking relationship advice from dudes that still put 3 jimmies on and can't feel shit. You know what I'm saying? That old ass, I don't eat pussy dudes. Like y'all out here taking relationship advice from motherfuckers that got a chip on their shoulder when it comes down to women and everything like that. Like that hasn't had a productive female relationship, that they haven't had sex with the female. You know what I'm saying? With the woman. So I want y'all to do this right here. Stop taking advice from these dudes about they can't understand why women dress the way they want to dress, why they want equal rights, and dudes that blame women for the way they feel. Like, first of all, if you're a horny bastard, that's your fault. That's not the lady's fault because she's curvaceous and she wants to wear her shirts and everything like that. She is not yours, and she should, you know what I mean? And her body parts do not belong to you. You know what I'm saying? If she feels good in the place that in the skin she's in, let her do it. So stop taking advice from these motherfucking caveman ass sexual dudes that think getting your booty touched by your girlfriend is gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that makes things gay is if you have sex with a man while you're doing it. And that's my mean shit to say.
Sounds mean as shit, yeah.
So there y'all go. Caveman, fuck y'all caveman.
I don't know what
Yo, phenomenal. What you got, any shout outs?
Great.
I don't know why you came to me first, but it's like, hey man, caveman shit. Phenomenal. You got anything to say? Shout out to my team.
Trying to tell you something.
Shout out to my team here at Intelligently Ratchet, and shout out to Indie Week. I'm sure we already touched on this early on for giving us such a wonderful write-up. And King Just, who's not here, but Candy, Bishop, of course, I appreciate you guys. Tico, Danny, thanks for stepping in. And just shout out to the team and things to come.
Word up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Naughty in the comments. Candy, got anything you want to say?
Oh, no. Damn, what I got to say, y'all? I don't know.
You got anything?
Huh? Tell me something to say. Shit, I don't know, y'all. I usually think about it.
I'm saying, what do you have going on in your regular life? We're saying goodbye. What do you want people to know?
What do I have going on? We're moving forward with the Club Crossing project. And Selfie Symposium Museum is gonna be opening soon.
Yeah.
In Durham.
There you go.
And we're gonna get started on the WRAL mural in the next couple of weeks too. So it should be a fun springtime. Then I'm gonna go and find a place to put my motherfucking hammock up and take a vacation and use a paddle boat or some shit and like by a lake.
That's good, P. Well, I don't have anything going on. You know what I'm saying? Got some comedy shit coming up soon. You know what I'm saying? We got Tico. You got. I think we. Is it we
Friday?
already?
You got a Friday roast? You coming to roast?
Friday
Tico's
roast.
birthday is Friday.
Yep.
This Friday's Tico's roast birthday.
Roast birthday party.
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, I got some people coming at me, I heard. So I'm just gonna get drunk and just try to stay numb from the pain. Um, you know, and what else I got going on? Oh yeah. Um, fellas, I know that Bishop gave y'all some advice, but let me tell you something. Don't forget, Dig was here first. Okay?
Are we sure?
That's all. That's it, huh?
I said, are we sure?
Yeah. Dig was here first.
I'm not, no,
Yeah,
we're
positive.
not sure. We're not sure of that.
Yes, we are.
What the story, no, we're not. No. So where are you going? How you figured it? How you know? Where did you get that
Well, if you
information?
all really want to, if you want to get technical with it, if you really want to get technical with it,
I'm just asking questions. I'm just curious.
if you want to get technical with it,
Where did we learn that from?
we're all assholes because we're all assholes.
How if all humans, even in utero, are females at birth, were men here first? That don't make sense. That's all I'm saying. How you get here? I'm just saying.
Chicken and egg.
That's a deep philosophical question that we're going to take off here. This has been Intelligently Ratchet. You know what I'm saying? And then we are leaving right now because I got to get prepared to take a nap because the Snyder Cut is coming out tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to donate 8 hours to that motherfucking movie. We love you.
8 hours?
P-Nominee, you were late. Your pay is getting docked, and was going to be split up between Tico and Daniel. That's what it is. Okay. Peace out, y'all.
Y'all.
We love you. Hold on.
Out.
Bam.
So wait a minute.
Hold on. Don't talk.